Nice. Thank you, Wesley.
Ooh.
Woohoo. All right. Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, buenos dias, bienvenidos. Welcome to our gathering, our virtual gathering at Triumph Life Center. It's February 14th. So, for those of you who celebrate, happy Valentine's Day. Love is in the air, as it always is and always will be. We'll start with our quote. Love, like rain, does not choose the grass on which it falls. And today, we have a wonderful guest with us. We're so excited. We have Reverend Dr. Judith Anne Winters, and we will be speaking about love, el amor, relationships, and anything else you could think of. uh, we're very happy to have you. It's going to be great. Um, So let's take a look at our outline. We have our usual, a scripture reading, a short meditation, our sacred readings, some information about Triumph. We have some music to share, some poetry, and then we'll be getting into some discussion. Any questions, any engaging conversation that we can get, and then we'll start closing out. So our scripture reading, Song of Solomon, the Tree of Life version. It says, set me as a seal upon thine heart, as a seal upon thine arm, for love is strong as death. Love is strong as death. So let's take a few minutes. I invite you to relax as best you can. Say hello to your body. You're welcome to close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. And take a big breath. I have my singing bowl, so as I strike it and it resonates, I invite you to breathe in, hold, and exhale at your own rate. Today we're talking about love, and I thought let's start with ourselves and think about self-love. And we do that again by tuning into our body, greeting, acknowledging, accepting every part of our physical being, saying hello, doing body scans, taking deep breaths, acknowledging any tension that comes, and noticing how great it feels when it's released. I think that love is the greatest force of all. I think that love starts internally. Love is acceptance, and love is forgiveness of ourselves and those around us. And when this pure, beautiful love is generated internally, it cannot help but expand out. Love is being open for human connection. Love is in the smiles that we share with each other. Love is in eye contact. Love is in presence and engagement. Love is in the food that we prepare for ourselves and for each other. Love is in our voices and our words. and our attitude. And if we believe it to be, love is in each creature, each plant, each cloud, each drop of water, each stone, each breath that we take. Love is being of service, and love is on purpose. I love you, and I love me. And love is breath, as I said. Throughout the day, throughout this gathering, continue to take your breaths anytime you need a moment of relief. Together, we've strengthened ourselves in an expression of unity, love, and purpose to better relate to ourselves, to others, and the environment. Thank you for breathing with me.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Brenda.
Triumph's 7 life affirming principles, basis of union. 1. We affirm that life is in the breath and breath is life. Therefore, we join together to promote our shared humanity and inseparable breath. 2. We affirm that we are born whole, complete as perfect manifestations of the universal mind, Christ. We affirm our physical bodies differ, and as such may present different challenges, limitations, or privileges that everyone may not share in. Therefore, we join together to share our strengths and support one another where there may be weaknesses so that we all may enjoy the fullness of life. We affirm that our agreement is to pursue peace, walk in truth, uphold justice tempered with mercy. We affirm that we are like branches on the tree. Although we may grow in different directions, we share a common root, and as such, we pledge to respect each person's path, even as it may differ from one's own. We agree to walk in agreement that it is all right to disagree, and we protect and safeguard this right in so much as the state of disagreement upholds an affirmation of life. We affirm that community building is the process of communal shared principles, shared resources, as well as equitable access to resources. Therefore, we commit to being agents of an open culture that welcomes everyone to participate in the life of the community, with the provision that we also hold each other accountable for acts that do not support the life affirming principles of our awareness, while equally looking for and enacting a commitment to forgive and restore in the spirit of humility and love. Lastly, we affirm the earth and all that dwell therein are manifestations held within the universal mind, Christ, and humanity's role is to be faithful stewards of this earth by demonstrating respect and dignity for all beings, the sacredness of Mother Earth, and our commitment to caring for her as we care for ourselves.
Yes, thank you. So, again, welcome everyone. I'm Brenda Echeverry. What's up? Nice to see you all. Um, Everyone that's in the Zoom call, we're so happy to have you here. Our team, our special guest, and everyone on Facebook that's watching us live. Hello, we see you, we love you. Thank you for tuning in. You're welcome to comment. Anyone that's in the Zoom room, you're welcome to utilize the chat box, or if you want to, just unmute yourself and speak. We're excited today to have our guest, Reverend Dr. Judith Anne Winters. She joined us last week as well, so we're excited to hear some more. We're going to be talking about love, el amor. Love is universal, and everyone and everything needs love to live and grow and evolve and survive and thrive. Um, so let's see where the conversation takes us. It's our aspiration that this gathering will inspire you to live your best life, enjoy yourself, relax, share this page or this stream with your friends and family, and you'll be able to watch it later on because we're recording it too. As always, the Christ in me celebrates the Christ in you, and together we'll make our world brand new. Welcome to Triumph. We're going to start off by having Travis share some of his beats, his songs. So take it away.
How you doing, everybody? On behalf of Triumph Church, we like to celebrate Valentine Day. We hope you will love yourself so you can love others. The first song we're performing called Home. We met on Fordham Road. You know I'm a sucker for white gold. You compare me to Michael because I stole your heart like a smooth criminal, like a smooth criminal. You looked at mine and said you're unforgettable. You made me feel like Cameron. When you said you want me to come home, you said you want me to feel like Cameron, cause you need me to come home. You need me to come home. You need me to come home. You know I'm a gangster like Al Capone. You need me to come home. You need me to come home. I'm your favorite pretty boy. 7 shades of brown. Tonight I'm gonna make Kimmy say my name. Destiny Child. I'ma pull her hair and whisper, give me twins. I'll never leave. I never leave. I never leave. You made me feel like Cameron. When you said you need me to come home, you made me feel like Cameron. When you said you need me to come home, you know I'm a gangster like Al Capone. I know you need me home. I know you need me home. That's called Home.
You go, Trav.
Thank you, Miss Sandra.
Say my name.
Destiny Child. Okay. The second one called Love. I get the feeling you want me to sing you a love song. I get the feeling you want me to sing you a love song. I'm a bad boy because I done wrong, but God said you are strong. I get the feeling you want me to sing a love song. You want me to sing a love song. I get the feeling, then I get the drilling. 2317 229. I know I'm bringing back memories. God love you so much. He said the best for last. He gave me an assignment. Your love is cold. He need to check your temperature. I get the feeling. I get the feeling you want me to sing you a love song. I get the feeling you want me to sing you a love song. I'm a bad boy because I done wrong. God said you are strong. I get the feeling you want me to sing you a love song. I get the feeling you want me to sing a love song. I get the feeling. Then I get the drilling. You could be my Whitney. I could be your bodyguard. You could be my Whitney. I could be your Bobby. God told me to give you love and protection. God told me to give you love and affection. You know I'm broke, so if I go to jail, I'm gonna need a lawyer and bail. I get the feeling. I get the feeling you want me to sing you a love song. I get the feeling you want me to sing you a love song. I'm a bad boy because I done wrong. God said you're strong. I get the feeling you want me to sing you a love song. You want me to sing you a love song. I get the feeling, then I get the drilling. You want me to sing a love song. That's it.
Love you, Travis. Love song. I get the feeling.
Thank you, Trav. Love is in the air. Our opening prayer. Go ahead, Nadia.
Opening prayer, unity of all. Hantoyo. Hantoyo means clear the way in the Lakota. Let us pray. God of surprises, you call us. From the narrowness of our traditions to new ways of being church. From the captivities of our culture to creative witness for justice. From the smallness of our horizons to the bigness of your vision. Clear the way in us, your people, that we might call others to freedom and renewed faith. Clear the way in us, your people, that we might call others to wholeness and integrity. Great Spirit, you call us, from fear to faithfulness, from clutter to clarity, from a desire to control to deeper trust, from the refusal to love to a readiness to risk. Clear the way in us, your people, that we might all know the beauty and power and danger of the gospel. Ashe.
Ashe, thank you. Some info about TLC Triumph Life Center. We opened on October 19th of 2019 under Triumph the Church of the New Age International, founded in 1904. We seek to further the work of founder Bishop Elias Dempsey Smith, who had a vision of a New World system that he fully believed was attainable through the shared practice of spiritual principles that would lead to our collective awakening or higher expression of the divine. Our vision is of an interdependent community formed from the tapestry of our individual and collective experiences of the divine that fosters both an embodied spirituality and epistemology as pathways to establishing a new world where all may share in the fullness of life. Triumph Life Center's mission is to promote the creation of new cultural practices and social and economic systems that are egalitarian, affirms our shared humanity, and holds sacred the earth and all life forms. To create a safe and sacred space where marginalized individuals and communities who may not have equal access to opportunities can connect up to expand both their spiritual and intellectual life and gain access to opportunities for personal growth through shared resources and support for developing spiritual gifts and intellectual pursuits. To honor the Sabbath as a time for individual and collective spiritual, physical, emotional, and mental well-being through shared music, spoken word, sacred readings, and a communal meal when we are together in person. Our goal is to be a hub for conversations envisioning a new world order, creative arts expressions, emerging social entrepreneurships, promoting community-owned sustainable food systems for access to healthy living, expanding reverence and care for the earth and all life forms, forming alliances and building bridges across community barriers that mutually affirm our shared humanity, and people of all faiths, cultures, ethnicities, races, genders, orientations, abilities, personal challenges, etc., to be in community with each other on one accord. So let's move into some sacred readings, poetry, music.
I am going to play the song by Antônio Carlos Jobim, Tom Jobim, that say Eu sei que vou te amar, which means I know I'm gonna love you.
Attachment and affection. Attachment and affection. I know that God already did. I know there are good days. I know there are bad days. I do dumb stuff that make you want to shoot me in the face. You get on my nerves. There are days I want to choke you, but we both know she chose me and I accept it. That's the effect of attraction. Love is a game, tug of war. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself so much, I want more of you. I love myself so much, I waited for you. I love myself so much, I didn't know I changed for you. I love myself so much, I started to glow. God said, whoa, I'm happy you know your worth. Internal love. eternal love. God said, you must want to look young forever. I told God, no, I want to live forever. God replied, how? How will you do that? I said, loving myself and others. God asked me how. I replied, loving the inner child, healing the inner child. God said, I love you, my child. Welcome home. We've been watching you for a long time to endure so much and still have a pure heart. We can't rewind time, but we can give you a fresh start. What you've been through will become beautiful art. Welcome home. This is a place of scars become testimonies. Your rebirth will be a ceremony. Welcome home. This is where you belong. Welcome to Trident Church.
Snaps. Thank you both. I feel inspired to write some poetry about love. Love. So this is our theme for today. Get your juices flowing.
Yes.
We have our beautiful, awesome, exciting, wonderful guest, Reverend Dr. Judith Anne Winters. We have some pictures. We also have well, let me say this first. She is a teacher, she's a philosopher, a spiritual guide, and this is a quote. All of God's creation matters. I celebrate the divine energy of all life forms. The time is now to expand an awareness of the connectivity of everyone and everything in the universe. There is no separation. Oneness is all there is.
Yes.
She's an author, a teacher. She has a book out, which you can find online, and we will share this information on our page and in our resource guide if you would like to purchase it and look through and read and support.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's an honor and a privilege to be here. But more importantly, thank you so much for the invitation. I'm so happy that I accepted. But more importantly, I do have a very strong message for all of us today. I know that the theme is love. And what I want you to recognize is that my theme or my title is Loving Mother Earth is Heart Wisdom. I recognize that Triumph really and truly recognizes the importance of caring for Mother Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And so looking at that, I said, Spirit said, okay, let's take it a notch up. Let's go to the heart of the matter. And if you don't know anything about me, I'm going to share with you, I listen. I listen to what is being given to me and I obey. So with that said, I'm going to, I have some slides that I want to share with you because we are virtual and I want to use the technology as a way to really and truly share with you what it is, actually to reinforce the message that I'm bringing. Loving Mother Earth is heart wisdom is a very, for some people that might be a little bit abstract because today of all days, we are talking about, or the world is talking about loving each other and loving and sending flowers and doing all of the outer manifestations to show our divine affection for someone. My question becomes, what are we doing to really and truly show our affection and true, genuine caring for the planet? because that's a very important thing that we must do. So I'm going to now switch off to the slide. So I'm going to share my screen, if that's okay. Okay.
Yes, you should be able to, yes.
Yes. Let me find where it is. Just give me a second. Let me pull this up. One of the things that I know from my personal experience is that the more we're able to speak to what we believe, the better we are in terms of being able to care and love each other, but also all life forms. Okay, here it is. Sorry about that. All right. Just give me a second. All these little things that one does to bring this magically to the forefront, hopefully. Okay, here we go. All right, so what I have in front of us is the blue marble. I don't know if most of you are familiar with it. Hopefully everyone is. If you aren't, then this is a picture that was taken Apollo 17, 1972. And of course, you can find it on the NASA website. When I look at this, I really stand in awe, and I am inspired to know that this is my home. This is your home. This is where we are right now. And it's been here for a very, very long time. But the thing that I want you to begin to think about is how do we bring forth our love and intention of loving to this planet, because this is the place that sustains us. This is the place that provides us with just a number of different things. It protects us. It's a beauty. It's all of those magnificent God qualities that we talk about. So I want you to think about that, because we're going to come back to this picture. There are three C's, I call them the three C's of really and truly caring. And this isn't anything that I have researched. In other words, I have not done a pilot research to demonstrate this. What I have done is I've gleaned the literature, I've looked all over, and Spirit said, well, these are the three things that people really we could begin to focus on. The first one is caring. What's your intention when you're caring about someone or something? What is your intention? The second one is compassion. How do you know that you're feeling compassionate? What's the clue? What's the trigger? What is it that makes you know that you are being compassionate? And the third one is connecting. How do you know that you're connecting? There's a wonderful quote that I'd like to bring forth now, and it's by the author of The Little Prince. And it is, loving secret is very simple. It is only with the heart that you see rightly. For what is essential is invisible. Loving secret is very simple. It begins with the heart. So where did that bring us? It brings us to why we must care. I put in quotation marks, must, because it is our divine nature to care. We come here caring. We come into this physical form caring. What we care about and what we care, put our intention on is individual. But it's something that is innately within us. And I think Carl Jung speaks to it specifically. He talks about you can't look for it outside of yourself. We have to go deep inside. We have to go to the heart. We have to go to the soul of the spirit of who and what we are. And in doing that, There are so many different ways that we demonstrate our caring. I'll share with you a little story. Many moons ago, there was this little girl who lived in this house. It was called the Maple Tree House. And it was because two gigantic maple trees stood in her front yard. Her grannies often went to this tree or babied this tree. That's what it would be assumed that they babied the trees, and how they did it was they took care of the tree by raking the leaves and making sure that the tree was getting plenty of water and other nutrients that they and only they knew. And of course, these grannies were medicine women, so they knew the importance of having these wonderful trees that stood like gladiators in the yard. What was more important is that family members came, visitors came, passers-by stopped to really admire and love these maple trees. Well, that little girl is me. It is me. I grew up surrounded by trees that really and truly gave me so much inspiration, but most of all, they gave me a lot of love. I felt the love from the trees. Just as I felt it, I gave it back. I gave it by helping my grannies to do whatever we needed to do to keep the trees alive. That's one of the ways of caring, is when we're able to reach out beyond ourselves and do something for something. Now, I'm going to say something right here that I think everybody may agree with, but if you don't, it's okay. I believe that everything is energy. I believe that energy is the driving force in the universe. I also believe that all creatures, great and small, are energetic. And because of that, I also know that within that field, within that connection or that association with all things great and small, there are messages that are constantly being given to us. And so how do I know this? I know this because if I look at the literature, I see that the peoples of the First Nations, whatever name you want to give them, across the universe, across the world, they knew the importance of loving trees. Trees for them was very important. I'm using trees here as a kind of segue to bring into focus that Mother Earth has all these children. We are the children of Mother Earth. Trees are the children of Mother Earth. I think in the Native American language, we talk about them as the four-leggeds, the winged beings, the water beings, the creepy crawlers. All of these are our cousins, are our relationships, in other words. So the trees represent, as I continue to speak, this kind of place where you can find your spiritual guide in nature. Now, everyone is not going to find a spiritual guide in nature, but for those of us who have them, who who find them to be sacred, we know the importance of having spiritual guides in nature. And so what I want to say is that the nations of the first people, they knew this. So if they knew it and they were able to give recognition to and honor to the trees, why can't we? It's passed on to us. It's in our DNA. What is keeping us from it? And this is not what the talk is about, but I'm just saying that's the question I want you to put into your heart and begin to look at it and say, what else can I do? What am I here to do that would help to facilitate that? The next point of interest is compassion. What is compassion? You know, people think of it in different forms. Like, for example, today is that day where people just kind of like go all out to show in some outward way how much they care about someone. I think that's wonderful. I don't have a problem with that. I think it's the most wonderful thing in the world. I mean, I have almost 100 emails or messages, proclaiming their love for me or the compassion for what I do and all of that. I accept that and I think it's wonderful. But there's another level. There's another level. And that level has to do with recognizing that the heart is the center of all that we do. I have listed here 3 different stories. The first one has to do with the Heart Math Institute. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but if you are not, you can go to their website. They have been doing a lot of wonderful work, absolute extraordinary work about the brain-heart connection. And what they, for over 30 years, maybe 30 years plus now, and what they came up with was that the brain is not in control of us, of our physical body. It is the heart. The heart is the one that tells the brain what to do. That is the connection. It isn't the reverse. And somehow or another, our educational system has taught something the opposite of what is really scientifically true. The heart is, and that little organ that we find in our bodies, that organ is powerful. It is the most powerful electromagnetic field of the body. And if you want to take it to the metaphysical level, it is the seat of our soul. That is where we really and truly move, breathe, and have our being as spiritual beings having this physical experience. It's not the other way around. It is not the other way around, not because I say so, but because that is the way we are. We are formed as spiritual beings and we are zapped into this physical form in this physical universe. And we have to remember that all things come from this heart zone. 2 of my favorites that demonstrate, favorite people that demonstrate compassion. The first one is Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa was called as a very young child. She says, I knew my life was going to be religious. And so I went for it. I said, yes, I stepped into this order. But then she got another calling. And that calling was go. And when I say calling, I'm not talking about somebody outside of herself. I'm talking about God spoke to her and said, go and help the poor, the disenfranchised, and live with them. That is what I want you to do. That is your calling. That is your purpose. That is your intention. And that's what she did. And she started the ministries of charity. The second one that most of us are familiar with is Yeshua, Jesus the Christ. Yeshua, oh my gosh, he loved everybody. It didn't matter where you came from. It didn't matter what you had done, as exemplified by Mary Magdalene when they tried to stone her and they said, well, if any one of you has, not sinned, then step forward. Nobody stepped forward. One of the most important gospel quotes of Yeshua for me is, love thy neighbor as thyself. Very important, very powerful. Very powerful statement. If you have to really go beyond the words. In other words, the words are there, but there is an electrical impulse in that. And neighbor to me means anyone. Doesn't mean people live next door to you. That could be included. It means all of the divine creation on this planet. And recognize that Mother Earth is alive. She is not this inert organism. She is a living entity. And so compassion for me is a place where we're able to love. We are able to love beyond sometimes what we think is our capability. But as spiritual beings, we know infinite possibility is always happening. We don't have to be concerned about we don't use impossible and those kinds of words. We use, yes, we can do all things. The last point that I want to make has to do with connections. And this gets into the scientific relationship. If one believes that everything is energetic, then we have to look at the science and say, okay, what has been shown to us that we have this electrical impulse? That's what I call it. Because we're always pulsating. We're always sending out. Some people call it vibrations. That's fine. It's okay because it's all energy. One of the early scientists who looked at the electrical impulses in the nervous system was Roger Becker. Roger Becker was an orthopedic surgeon, and he was experimenting on the regeneration of the salamander destroyed body parts. And what he found in the nervous system was electrical impulses. Similarly, Dr. Harold Burr, who is a professor of anatomy at Yale University, he said the same thing. He said, the body has an electromagnetic field that has electrical impulses that can be measured, folks. In other words, there is an instrument that will measure this, that will show you or demonstrate for you just how powerful the human body is. Really, is just how powerful the spiritual body is in this human body. The Hertz, Hertz, is how one measures the electrical impulses. And there's a lot of research following Dr. Burr's announcement, and his book was written in 1972. So since then, there's been a number of different organizations or people, scientists, who have come to the same conclusion with their own scientific research. What I found and what I love about this is that we have a group of scientists who came up with another term, and that term, another term for looking at and recognizing the importance of the electrical impulses on the physical body. And that was the Japanese scientists who coined the term forest bathing. What they did was, two groups of people were identified. Group A was asked to sit or walk or just, hang out in the forest in this Japanese city. And group B was asked to, you just walk around and do what you normally do in your city, and we'll come back and we'll measure to see what the difference is. What they found was this: Group A, they measured the cortisol and blood pressure concentrations. They were low, very low. In fact, they were low to the point wherein they did it again because they were shocked to find out, to recognize that something was happening between the trees and the humans. Group B, the cortisol and blood pressure concentrations went up. They went up and down, but they were never such that they decreased. So the conclusion from the scientists is that if you sit, walk, or linger in the forest, you will get a bath of something. And that something will have a profound effect on your physiology, that there is benefits to doing forest bathing. I bring that up, I add that because it's one of my favorite research pieces, because I just found it to be amazing when I looked at it. But more importantly, it sends a message to us, and I will talk about that a little bit later. What this slide represents is that, remember I said that there was this impulse that goes on from trees, in the trees, and the impulse that is sent out by humans. Well, some of the scientists defined it. They said the human body's impulse measures at 62 to 78 hertz, of course, if it's healthy. And the trees measure at 20 to 200 hertz. Now, when you look at that, it says to me, there's something going on here. There's something happening between the trees and me, between the trees and humans, between the trees and all life forms. In other words, the trees are constantly sending out these impulses, not because they want to, but because that is their nature. Similarly, we humans, we are always sending out impulses, consciously or unconsciously. I'm going to repeat that. We are always sending electrical impulses because we too have an electromagnetic field that is constantly in operation. So what does that mean? I say Trees are talking to us. Are you listening? How do you listen? There are many ways of listening, but first of all, before you get to that, I want you to think about what is the significance of that? Based on that research, the Japanese research, what is the significance? How would that benefit me to really pay attention to the trees as I walk down the street, or as I go to the park, or as I go wherever the tree land is? It benefits, it does something. I'm going to let you draw that conclusion, because I think it's important that you begin to grasp some of these ideas. If you know them already, it's wonderful. I think it's wonderful. If it's unfamiliar to you, or this is new kind of like ground that you're on, I welcome you to dig deep, to go deeper. And finally, I love this picture, because what it says to me is that we, all of us, right now, we hold the essence of climate change, all those isms that are going on in our world today. We have the ability, as this powerful spiritual being, to send and radiate the love that we have, and the love that comes through our heart center. It's not anything that comes from the brain. It doesn't come from cultural norms. It doesn't come from, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. It doesn't come from someone telling you, oh, well, you got to give somebody a card today because it's Hearts Day. No, Hearts Day is every day. I declare it to be so. It is every day. It is not that we select one day out of the year to say, oh, this is the day I'm going to love. No, it's not the way it works. It works from us holding out our hands, as this picture so demonstrates, and say, right now, I am the being that is going to bring about the change. Because that's what we are, folks. We are change agents. And be happy that you are, because we are connected with all of her children. There is no separation. And so that brings me back to the blue marble. As we look at her, as we look at it, and blue stands for all the water that's on this planet, all the water that she embraces, all the water that is there for us to take in. What does she mean to you? What does she mean to you? How do you connect with her? I know this is a visual picture, but visuals also have energy. And I can rest assure you, there's a lot of energy in this picture, because it was taken out there in the galaxy, okay? So I want you to think about that. And what I want to say right here is that there is a famous person that I always love to quote. That is Dr. George Washington Carver. I know most of you are familiar with him, famous scientist. Oh my gosh. There are too many words going through my brain right now to even tell you how much I love this man and what he brought to us, the gift that he gave us. The gift that he gave us is a gift that we can give, because we have that capacity. And what he said was, he was asked to reveal his secrets of how he came up with all these products, from sweet potatoes and peanuts. And what he said was, you know what? All you have to do is love them and believe. Because when you listen long enough, they'll give you their secrets. I say this as my call to action to everyone on this call, and everyone who may see this call, wherever you are. Loving Mother Earth is what we're here to do and to be. It is not by accident that we have been given one of the most beautiful planets in the galaxy as we know it. There may be others, but as we know it. And because of this, we have a duty. We have a duty to step forward and be the loving spiritual beings towards Mother Earth from our heart wisdom. I did not define wisdom because it's really implicit in the heart, because the heart is the wisdom. The heart is the wisdom of who and what we are, and who and what we are to be. My blueprint in the work that I do, or I should say in the service that I provide, that's a better way of putting it, we must be caring. That means we have to have a high awareness of everything that surrounds us, from what's in the sky to what's under our feet. And I use trees as a metaphor or as a symbol throughout this presentation because trees represent my spiritual guide. And you may have one that is different, and that's fine. You may have the same, it's okay. But they speak to us. So we must care about them. We must care what's going on with them right today. We must radiate the love that we have for all things that are alive towards Mother Earth. We must do that. That is one of our sacred duties. Compassion isn't just for physical forms. Compassion is for everything. The rock that sits in your yard, that rock has an energetic field. You know, the little creepy crawlers that run around, the ants, everything has an electromagnetic field. And we humans, we have the capacity to exchange energy with them consciously, because I believe it's going on all the time. Just think about it. Have you ever stepped into a park with trees and you sat there for a while, or you were there for the day and you left and you said, oh, I feel so much better? Just think about it. The trees were ministering to you. The trees were giving you something that you didn't have before you walked into this park. And the last one is connecting. Connecting is who we are, not just to each other, but we are connected to everything. And that is really the basis of my message of loving Mother Earth, because everything on the planet becomes or is the children of Mother Earth. I'm a child of Mother Earth. The trees are a child of Mother Earth, everything. So we can't just, just decide, oh, I'm just going to love this over here. No, we have to love it all. And we can do that because we are big enough. Our hearts are big enough to be able to do that. And so I've said a lot. I brought you full circle to what it is that I wanted to share with you today. So now I'd like for you to come with me. Oops. I want you to come with me, and I want you to, can you see this?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, because I had to go back to them. I want you to come with me as we do this little exercise. You can do it on your own whenever you get ready. Just for a few minutes, take a deep breath. And then I want you to place your hand over your heart. As you're looking at this photograph of the blue marble, I want you to ask yourself, you don't have to speak it out loud. What is your heart telling you about Mother Earth? What is she saying to you? And for some people, if you need to, you can put your hand on the screen and put your hand over your heart, whichever one works for you. I want you to think about it. What does the heart say about Mother Earth to you? There is a message. It doesn't have to be a word. It doesn't have to be a sentence. It does not have to be, it could be an image. It could be a color. It could be anything that comes to you as you do this. And then I want you to repeat after me. I care about Mother Earth right now. And then I want you to say, I feel compassion towards Mother Earth. And finally, I am connecting with Mother Earth. Now, let me tell you how I do it. I'm going to go back. I care about Mother Earth because she is awesome. That's what I say. That's my mantra. I feel compassion towards Mother Earth because she takes care of me. And I am connecting with Mother Earth because she is the greatest power. She is the most powerful one in my life. She meets all my needs. That's how you can do it. You can put because after it. That brings you into full circle with your loving Mother Earth. Is your heart wisdom. It brings you right smack into the middle of your soul. Mother, Father, God, how grateful I am. How grateful to sit in this energetic vortex of absolute divine love, the love of Mother Earth, the love of all those who have come to participate in this message today, the love that flows through us all the time to all living forms in this universe. How grateful I am to declare right here and now the universal expression of love that moves through everyone and everything, for it is wholeness, it is unity, it is oneness, it is all God's spirit, omnipresence, all that there is. So grateful for this opportunity to share this message. So grateful for all of the members of Triumph. So grateful for those who are on the call and those who are tuning in. However you're tuning in, know that you have come here to do something unique and special. And in that is your loving Mother Earth with your heart wisdom. I declare this to be so. Right here, right now, I let it be. And so it is. Amen.
And so it is.
Hallelujah.
And so it is.
Thank you.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Awesome. Reverend Judith, thank you so much for being with us and for the impartation on today. I don't know if anyone has just a quick burning question or comment, because we have about 3-4 minutes, I think, before we transition. You have a quick question, a burning comment, a reflection for Reverend Judith. Unmute yourself quickly and go ahead. Okay, I see you, Brenda. There you are.
I just would like to say thank you for such a representation of love today. It was touching, it was clear, and it defined love as such a higher element to rise up as well as ground us in what has been sustaining us and not yet been acknowledged by us. So thank you from the beginning to the end. I greatly appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. You touched on a very important piece, because it is a higher level. And that is where we are. As we evolve, we have to go, we are going higher, whether we want to or not. That's the nature of who and what we are. But I sat for so many years and listened to the whole, rise up, you can do it, the whole focus on the I. And there's a greater focus here, because we don't live on this planet by ourselves. There is a greater focus. And so, yes, Spirit said, let's go to the next level. Let's love everything, everyone, because it's all energy. It's all God. Why are we leaving it out? But thank you for your comment. I appreciate it.
I was
Go ahead, Brenda. Mhm.
I was thinking like how during this particular holiday, a lot of people feel very like bummed out, I guess, or very, it's very much like comparing themselves to what should quote unquote be, or if they don't have a partner, if they don't have their expectation is not met of that external like love, I guess, that
Yes.
they're looking for. But then, like thinking about what you were saying, that we have it within us already, and that we don't need to look externally for it. And it's like so much higher. It's like above us, like literally. Like, so it's kind of trivial to worry about a holiday like this in the sense of it just is like, yeah, I keep going back to the word trivial. There's so much more than that. And I really appreciate that message.
Yes. Yes, and I appreciate your comment because it is one that gets missed sometimes, is that we got everything we need. I mean, the most powerful thing in the universe is it's wonderful to have a partner. It's wonderful to have people that love to do all of that. But the power is greater than that. That is one part of power, but there's a greater power. And as we evolve, that's what we're seeking to do and be. That's what we're seeking to do and be, to be elevated to that level. So for those people who are listening, who are feeling left out because they didn't get a car, they didn't get a, listen, go out and walk barefoot on Mother Earth. She'll give you all the love you could possibly have.
Yes.
Go out and walk barefoot on the planet and you will be revived. Go down to the beach, go down to the ocean and walk on the sand and you will be revived. I know it's a little cold to do all of that, but I'm just using that as an example, depending on where you are. I'm in Southern California, so I can do that a little bit. But the point is, the love is here. Sit and watch the ants. Okay, they will give you a message that is just outstandingly extraordinary. It's out of our ordinary thinking of how to get things done. Nature is our guide. We have moved away from that with all this other stuff. But nature is our guide. And when we are in tune with nature, when we look around and we see and we select, or we are selected, a spiritual guide selects us, go with it. It's like in the Native American tradition, people go on a quest. They go up to the mountain and they stay there for days, in the day and night, until they get whatever the vision is that is supposed to be theirs. We are the unique expression of this divine, and we have to begin to claim it, declare it to be so, and move forward. But thank you so much for saying that, because that definitely rings so true. You don't have to be sad today. Be happy. You got a mother that loves you, and it's not your physical mother.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes.
Thank you, Trav.
Mm.
So I'll lead us through a brief grounding, and then we'll do our closing. So after all of those lovely words and thoughts and whatever images, emotions, feelings, sensations, words that came to you, you can sit and think on them, feel them, absorb them into your heart and soul. I'll use my singing bowl once more. I invite you to take some breaths, relax, close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. I feel abundant with love. I am love. Love is creation. And I am love. one more breath. Ooh-wee.
That was beautiful.
Yes, thank you,
Thank you
Brenda.
so much.
Sure.
Thank you.
So let's close. I'll pass it to Travis to please read.
Tasting to join trial. Here's how you become part of our trial family. You can become a member of Triumph or start a Triumph charter group in your community. Email us and request more information. We will form a group virtually throughout the country, and you can become a spiritual leader and healer in this movement. You were once part of Triumph, you still family, and we would love for you to welcome you back home. Email us and let us know you would like to reconnect with your Triumph family, and we will show you how. The church or faith community can also become part of our Triumph family as a friend of Triumph and sharing the life of this community. Email us for more information at triumphlifecenter@gmail.com. You can also support our ongoing mission of healing, educating, inspiring, and creating new way of being in the community through financial donations which are tax deductible at our Cash App $Triumph 2020 or mail to Triumph the Church of the New Age. P.O. Box 2157, Newark, New Jersey 07114.
So some announcements. As usual, we have our resource guide that is updated each week. So we will add some of the sources that we referred to today. And you can find this online on our Facebook page. Our newsletter will be coming out towards the end of the month. So if you'd like a copy of it, please email us. We can also mail you a physical copy. Let us know. It's going to be awesome. We're on social media. You can find us on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram. We have a Spotify playlist with all the music that is contributed during these gatherings. And you can also watch past recordings that we've had on our YouTube page. And again, please email us if there's any resources, any suggestions, any ideas, anything you'd like to see at triumphlifecenter@gmail.com. As always, continue to social distance, wear your mask, protect yourself, and by doing that, you can protect others. Show compassion and love and caring for others by taking this pandemic seriously. And soon it will pass, as everything does. We'll make it through together.
Yes.
So if you have any final remarks, you're welcome to share. Our special guest. Is there anything else you would like to say? Anything you'd like to plug?
I'll be back. I find this experience, my experience with you has been absolutely more than gratified. I and what I'm saying is that I will be joining you in the future on your services, just to just to be receiving from you. You're such an awesome group. Trav, I just love your poetry. It's just so inspiring and so just you. You are a young man with all this wonderful spiritual energy. So just let it flow. And Brenda, thank you for the bowls. I love the singing bowls. But most of all, Sandra, thank you for inviting me. Thank you for following me on my Facebook page, because I have been saying a lot of different things about what I summarized today. There is more to come. There's more to, I tried to contain it in a way that would hit on, or it would focus on the important things that has to do with loving the planet. But I'm a Mother Earth lover. She's my everything. And that's what I would like to convey to people, to inspire them to reach that place of feeling the same way. So that's why I'm here. That's been my journey. It is my journey, and I continue to, to really reach out and speak about what is true. What is true. Thank you again so much. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And we're honored And you know that we have an open door anytime you want to come through and just sit with us. But we will intentionally have you back to just speak more. And we hope you will accept the invitation to just come back and share more uh, of your wisdom with us. Thank you so much, Reverend Dr. Judith.
Yeah, I just want to plug some of them, the science that I mentioned in my discussion or in my presentation. Heart Math Institute is they're doing some stuff that is just amazing. So if you get a chance, go to heartmathinstitute.org. And there's just so much information, and it's science. It's the kind of information where they have done the research, or they continue to do the research. Right now, they're doing research about the trees in the heart, which is right up. It's one of the things that I know anyway from firsthand, because I know how trees affect me. But there was another reference that I made, and it was to the book by Dr. Harold Burr. I don't know if it's still available, but it's called The Body Electric.
The Body
It opens up a whole nother world. And of course, you can come to my website, which is spiritoftheearth.net, where I have a blog, and I have I have some other interesting pieces of information on there. But just drop me a note, let me know. Have a question, I'm here to answer. And if I can't answer it, I will try to find the answer for you, because I don't know everything.
Thank you. And Brenda, we'll be sure to add all of those resources to our resource guide, and the link to Reverend Judith's website and the book, and the website for the Heart Math, I believe it is.
Heart
Yes.
Math is
Mhm.
they're awesome. They're just awesome. They're doing something that is that has to do with radiating love to the planet.
Mm.
They're doing something. And what I love about them is that everything is you can duplicate everything. That's what I love. I love the fact that you can duplicate. When I say duplicate, I'm not saying that you take what they're doing and you how can I put it, and you copy it. I'm saying that you use what they have done to meet your community's needs. That's what I do. I do it, and people do it with me, because people hear me speaking, they say, oh, well, I want to try that. Go ahead. So I just hear that. I'm not plugging them. They don't pay me for anything. It's just one of those resources that most you don't know about it unless, and I'm not saying you don't know about it. I'm just saying it's worth looking into this based on what some of your statements are. Your statements about, reaching out and radiating love to all these various components. Because I've read your statement over and over, and I said, wow, yeah, you're on it. You've got a wonderful platform going.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. So let's share this week's words to live by. Always stay humble and kind. Be kind, not nice.
Kind.
So I'll pass it to Wesley for some jams, and then Nadia will read our closing prayer.
you.
Closing prayer. Let us pray. We cannot merely pray to you, O God, to end war, for we know that you have made the world in a way that people must find their own path to peace within themselves and with their neighbors. We cannot merely pray to you, O God, to end starvation, for you have already given us the resources with which to feed the entire world, if we would only use them wisely. We cannot merely pray to you, O God, to root out prejudice, for you have already given us eyes with which to see the good in all people, if we would only use them rightly. We cannot merely pray to you, O God, to end despair, for you have already given us the power to clear away slums and to give hope, if we would only use our power justly. We cannot merely pray to you, O God, to end disease, for you have already given us great minds with which to search out cures and healing, if we would only use them constructively. Therefore, we pray to you instead, O God, for strength, determination, and willpower to do instead of just pray, to become instead of merely to wish.
Ashe, and so it is. Have a great week, everyone. This has been just a wonderful experience. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Reverend Judith, our team, all those that joined us by social media. Shout out, I forgot, to our Brazilian sisters and brothers who are faithful, join us through social media. We love you. And to our fellowship church in Nigeria. We just thank you so much for sharing in this experience with us. Be well, stay safe. Love you all.
Love you. Bye-bye.